Hi, I'm Hope Witkowsky, your host of Senior Scene. Making a difference in someone's life or making a difference in many people's lives can come about in many different ways. And for one Torrance resident, she has been making a difference in the lives of children for over 5 decades. Margaret Dawson, or as she is affectionately called, Miss Margaret, has been working as a crossing guard for the Torrance Unified School District since 1967. She even crossed her own 2 children at Arlington Elementary School. And during that time, some amazing stories have emerged about her decades of service.
We love her. She's been here for a long time. I've been here for 4 years, and I see her every day, and I'm usually the last person she sees in the morning and the last person she sees after school.
An early riser, Margaret is up by 4 a.m. every morning, and without missing a beat, she's at Arlington Elementary School before the school day starts. And after the last bell rings, she's become a familiar face to hundreds of children and families.
When they're standing there, I just wait, let the traffic go, see where it's our turn, then I'll say our turn. So don't get ahead of Miss Margaret, I'll go ahead. Then I'll say you can go ahead and let them go. Then I'll follow them. I come up from behind and take them across.
Telling stories from the past delights those parents who stop to talk to her while waiting for their children to be crossed by the crossing guard with a special wings.
I can remember one when they put the law in that you couldn't discipline your children by spanking them. I can remember this one little girl came down when I was working Madrona, and she said, "Where's the police station?" And I said, "Well, over there, what?" She said, "My mother spanked me, and I'm going to go down and tell her." That was one of the things I remember.
And while Margaret goes home between her morning and afternoon shifts for a quick rest, she also works as the lunchtime supervisor on the campus.
Miss Margaret's interaction with the children is just really amazing. She is a seasoned citizen, but she definitely has a lot of energy. The kids look forward to seeing her first thing in the morning. She's one of the first people here in the morning. She rarely takes a day off, and she's helpful. She helps in any way, and sometimes she brings us donuts in the morning. So we love her.
She's like a second mom to everybody here, and that's why they love her.
Spending time in the lunch area as the younger children are led in to get their lunches, and a little later, the new older group of children come to eat. You see Miss Margaret cleaning the tables and offering help to children needing their bananas peeled or their water bottles open. She is very attuned to the children that she watches.
A little while ago, there were some children that had suffered some serious family issues, and she was just there for them. She wasn't overbearing, but was just there with a hug and with a concern, and to let them know that Miss Margaret loves you. And I think in this day and age, when people are afraid of being close to each other, she's not like that. She's very approachable, and she's very helpful.
The school secretary has also heard many stories that come into the school front office. They are memories that stay with her forever and make her smile each time Miss Margaret comes to work.
The difference that I see is that, she makes everyone feel safe. They know that she would do anything for them, anything really. She's offered to take kids home, or give them rides home or whatever. But yeah, I just think the safety, and she's such a fixture here at Arlington that even when she's gone a day, I even have just the people driving down the street wondering, where is she? Because she's just there every day. So when she has called in sick, I have people calling me on the phone. Sometimes parents, but sometimes just people that drive, that have been driving this street in our neighborhood. She's just always there. So it's like she's a part of the neighborhood, of the school. And when she's not there, something's not right. To a child, age 30 is old, so I'm sure they think, oh, she's got to be 30, 40 years old. And they don't comprehend 80, Maybe they do if they have grandparents that might be older. But other than that, I don't think they realize really how old she is, or the experience that she must have had, doing what she's doing.
When I asked one student how old they thought Miss Margaret was, he guessed 54 years old. When I told him she was 84, he was in disbelief.
Miss Margaret is a perfect example of showing that age is just a number. I always tell her that she is my idol. I want to grow up and be like her. I always say that to her. I say, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. Because if you take a look at her, she has a positive attitude. She's always happy. She's active. And I just look at that and say, when I'm her age, that is what I want to be able to, exude with people and my interactions with people. I want to be positive, and I want to be active, and I want to be happy. And that's what, she's all of that and even more. Like, I can't even capture in words everything that Miss Margaret is. We have parents that are here that have had Miss Margaret. And I always have parents walk through my door and say, Miss Margaret was my crossing guard. We actually have a teacher on our staff who was an Arlington student, and Miss Margaret was her crossing guard. So, she said that. She goes, I can't believe she's still here. She hasn't changed. She looks amazing. She found the fountain of youth. She hasn't sold it. She's going to make her millions when she reveals where it is. But, really, I look at her and just say, I just want to be like that. She's truly made a difference for my life as a principal, but just also as a human being.
In my search to find families who had encountered Miss Margaret's warmth and sincerity, we met the Swy family.
Oh, Miss Margaret, boy, she was a super crossing guard. As long as I remember, brought me across the street safely and back home safely. Just nothing but good memories about her.
Paul, a Torrance firefighter, remembers what she taught him as she crossed him many years ago.
So one thing you didn't want to do is cross that yellow line. She was like a mother duck with her ducklings. If you pass that yellow line, you'd get in a whole lot of trouble.
Now, Miss Margaret helps Paul's son, Carson, a second grader at Arlington Elementary, and he's put at ease knowing who's there to get his son safely to and from school.
When I'm at work, I feel really safe that Carson's with Miss Margaret, because I know that Miss Margaret's going to have him come to school and get home safely, and I'm really, she puts my mind at ease, and I'm just I thank her every day when I'm not around. Well, I told Carson, Miss Margaret was the same crossing guard that I had, Carson, so you better listen to what she has to say, and she'll keep you safe.
He protects me and my dad. He's like my grandma.
She doesn't know how valuable she is to everyone, especially me, going through the years, and when I was Carson's age, and now I'm as a parent. Sometimes a couple minutes before school lets out, I watch her doing her job, and I have to crack up because she's just the best. She hadn't changed the best. She could be super nice, or she could be tough when she needs to be.
It's very important because we have lots of kids that don't have that person in their life, that is older or knowledgeable or has the experience. And so when they talk to Margaret, they see Margaret all the time. She's always there. They just know that she's there for them. And she's older, and she's always funny, always laughing, always will stop whatever she's doing to talk to them. And some kids don't have that, so it's nice.
The bell is ringing to dismiss the children for the end of the school day. The large group of children race to the front gate, and we see Carson there, waiting to be crossed to his father Paul on the other side of the street.
I am so happy that Miss Margaret is crossing me on the street.
There stands Miss Margaret in her yellow jacket and big red stop sign. She holds it up, then waves the children that it is safe to cross the street. Her eyes are everywhere. And as her former student Paul says, she has all her ducklings in a row and crosses them safely to the other side of the street.
I just love them, and I love my job. I don't know, I like the people I've met.
I hope Margaret was inspirational to you. Margaret has made a difference to so many children in so many generations. I hope that you take a look at how you can make a difference in somebody's life. I'm Hope Witkowsky reminding you, knowledge, it's a powerful tool. Tune in next time for more secrets on successful aging.